Right, mic check, 1, 2. Want to make sure we're live. Let me get all my chat and stuff going live over here on YouTube, and on Instagram and on LinkedIn. Today is 8:08 day. I just tried to go live. I was trying to go live right at 8:08 p.m. But as you can see, it's after 8:08, a few minutes past 8:08 because I was having some technical difficulties. But live on YouTube, live on LinkedIn. I'm live here on Instagram. If you're joining on Instagram, come on over to YouTube there to see what I'm looking at today. We're going to be sharing 8:08. Today is August 8th. So Frozone, thank you for joining. Jump on over to YouTube. You see the pinned comment there, and you can see what I'm looking at on my screen here. Today is 8:08 day, so I'm going to show you some 8:08 tricks, some programming I do. I will show you some plugins that I use. Mainly now I mostly use one plugin on Logic Pro for 808s, but I'll show you some options you can use to what is it called, to affect your 808s, and then I might, if there's time, show you some one plugin that you can use on the iPad. When I used to produce on the iPad for all those years before I jumped to Logic Pro, there's an 808, and I have a bunch of presets in this particular iPad plugin. It might be available on iPhone also, but let's get into it. Before we get into it, actually, this podcast is sponsored by the great team over at ASTS. ASTS provides some great libraries that we can use for our music production. Brian, jump on over to YouTube, check out what I'm looking at. So I'm going to start with just here in Logic. There's a stock plugin called Alchemy. Let me make sure my audio is good to go. So Alchemy here in Logic has some 808s. I believe in an update that Logic Pro had maybe, if my computer doesn't blow up, I want to say last year. If you just go to search here in Alchemy, you type in 808, you'll get a couple of those presets there. And these sound pretty good. So I have some that I actually created in here. But you can go to, I think, 808 bass, and I'll play this one. Yo, Frozone, I see you on the chat here. Thank you for tuning in. So we have this mutation bass here. Brian says, what are you working on tonight? Got to get this video out, and then I actually got to bounce some stems out for a trailer. Frozone says, no sound. Ooh, that's not good at all. So you can't hear me at all. If you can't hear me, then I got to restart the whole thing. Frozone, let me know if you can hear me. If not, I'll just reset. You said it's really low. From my microphone or from the actual Logic Pro? Let me know. I can crank both of those up. Can you hear me now? You hear my voice? Oh, okay, so it is from Logic. Let me crank the volume up here. That we can do. Let me know if you can hear it. And of course, 808 frequencies tend to be low. Whoa, that's loud to my headphones. But let me know if you can hear these 808s. Oh, let me know if you can hear that one. That one's like knocking. So that one is grinding 808 bass. Jelana, I am Jared Walker. Come on over to YouTube. Check out the plugin. I'm showing some 808 plugins. So Frozo, let me know if you can hear the screen. That sound there. And if not, we'll have to figure that out as my phone just drops on all the 808 sounds. If you're on YouTube, all good now. Okay, cool. I had to crank the volume up. So Alchemy, usually if I'm going to use a stock 808 plugin here in Logic, I would jump over to Alchemy and just type in 808. You have all these great sounds here. I use this grinding. I used to use this a lot. We have the heavy 808 bass. We have hard here. Pause. Yeah, that 808 is insane. We have impacts. So this is all just stock. It comes in Logic Pro. Insane. Knocked 808. Lo-fi drive. We have this massive 808. Monster 808. I really like that one. Overstuffed. And with Alchemy in particular, you can drag this over so I can have different sounds triggered from that one sample. My phone keeps dropping because I don't have the stand set up. Then we have this pounding 808. Smashed 808. Snappy. Frozo says, can you import into Alchemy? Yes, you can. Solid 808. Squeaky. superb 808. So if you have, so I have a preset here, and it sort of gives you the instructions on what to do when you import. So where it says 808 glide, I can copy the 808 sound to sampler. So let me see if, depending on what shows up when we jump over to my sounds here, I'll just type in 808. If I ever import 808s, I typically go to Cymatics 808 sounds. That was my, again, my phone is falling and hitting my keyboards. Because my stand, I should just set my stand up here for my phone. So let me find an 808. Usually I go to Cymatics 808s. We're excited. Thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. Check out some 808s. And I'm going to show how you can process some 808s and stuff. So let me jump over to, where's my sounds folder? If I go to Cymatics, I usually just use their 808 sounds. And I type 808 here in Cymatics. And let's say I can import that sound. When I drag it in, hold on, I want to be on the main screen here. So how do I get, if I go to simple, advanced, I think I want to go to advanced. So look at the instructions. Copy 808 sound to sampler. So if I drag this 808 over here on just one of these, A, B, C, D, I'm just going to drag it to A, and I can copy it to sampler. And then if you want, you can adjust different settings in here. I can adjust the length pause of the sample. I can make it super short. And then if you look at my directions here, this is just so I remember what to do when I do import sounds here. Import it into sampler and then adjust the glide as needed. So there's a glide over here. I can turn that down and I can turn it up. So it has more of a glide. So yes, you can import sounds into there. I haven't used the import a lot lately. I did use it when I first found out about that a long time ago. So yes, you can import into Alchemy. So again, you can use those 808 presets. And if you choose, let's say I like the grinding, is it grinding or gliding? It might be grinding. So if I choose that, and I can go over here and I can still make those different adjustments. So that is an 808 I was using up until about a year ago, and I started using this plugin called Apeshit 808. They now have volume 2. I was using volume 1 until they came out with volume 2, and now that I have volume 2, I use volume 2. And that looks like this. This has been the only 808 plugin I've been using over the last, I would say, year, definitely. And that looks like this, sounds like this. That one will be really loud. They have a bunch of presets. You can purchase more presets. I think it comes with this 808 too, and then you can purchase the other add-ons. So I'll go through some of these in here. That's probably coming really loud. Pause. Let's go through. And I can adjust the attack, decay, sustain, release here. I can adjust the glide here. So you have that. That is the Rottweiler 808. Then we also have this particular has this pack has 100 808s built into this one. Robbie, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see the 808s that I'm sharing here. Frozone, you can use Reason also. All plugins are great. All DAWs. So if you get the Alien 808s pack, you get some of these sounds. You hear some hey, Wise One Beats, thank you for tuning in. You see some you hear some artifacts in there, really character driven 808 sounds. Let me turn that down. Just really knocking those alien ones, insane. And with a lot of these, you don't need additional processing. I will go over some processing you can use in a little bit, but a lot of these plugins, 808 sounds, you don't need any additional processing. You just let it ride. Okay, I can't go through all those sounds. Let's go to Bankroll. Yeah, that's the cheese. What was that? Bankroll. Let's go through Greenback. Just the knock is insane. We'll go to Smackaroos. I mean, that's a whole beat right there. Okay, let's go to the next pack. That was Bankroll. Let's go to the goats. There's only a handful in here. There's about 20 in here. I like how that one has more of a stereo width to it. It's insane. I mean, I'm just like making an 808 sample pack right now. And with 808s in general, you want to make sure you're playing a decent range. So this is too low. It's too muddy to use really in a song, so I would probably play it an octave higher. And those who program and make sounds, that's one thing to keep in mind when you're making sounds like these. You want to make sure that you program the right range of the 808. This has a lot in there. Let's go to Admiral. So this is the Guerrilla Warfare 808s. Insane. Let's go to C4. C4. What else we got? There's so many in here. Commander. So this one has a slightly out of tune character to it. If it's too out of tune, you do have this tune option here, so I can raise it by a few cents or a lot of cents. So you can use that tune option as needed. Let's go to G.I. Joe. Yeah, that has some stereo width to it. We'll go to the other side now. M80. Knocking Low Vision, thank you for joining. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see the 808 plugin that I'm sharing. And then in a little bit, I'll share some processing for 808s that you can use. Vernon Wallace, thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to the YouTube link pinned in the comment there. Major 808, this is what this sounds like. That has a really sharp attack. And with some of those 808s that sound like that, I wouldn't layer a kick too much under that. But yeah, that was dope. This is the Marine. Man, these sounds are insane. Just like I said, the character that's in some of these 808s. I'll go through a couple more torpedo in here. Torpedo. I was having too much fun with that one. We'll do one more here. Warfare. That was Gorilla. Next, we'll go to the heavy 808s. We'll start with the Alley Shuffle. Man, I'm immediately hearing like some reggae, dancehall, Afrobeat vibes with that one. But you can extend the release so it can be held out longer. Next, we have ATL Shuffle. I'll be an ATL, or ATL Avenger. I'll be an ATL in a little bit. Yeah, that's dope. Heavy, let's go to Cross Up. Insane. Iron Mike. So these are all obviously have names that are related to boxing, punching. Man, I could make a whole beat just off of that sound. Now I might even sample that. Mayweather. the heavyweights. We'll go to, we got to go to Linux. Yeah, that's Linux. Man, he got all the heavyweights in here. We got Pacquiao. I can't go through all these, but I'm going through all these. All right, what else? We'll go to let's listen. All right, then I can only do one more here. Uppercut. And then the last category that I have is King 808s. We'll go through Shin 4. Then we can go to, we'll go to the next one. Behemoth. Blood Fang. Then we have Brutus. Another dancehall vibe. I ended up playing Buana. Again, you can use these on hip hop. You can use these on Afrobeat type vibes, even like reggaeton. Let's go to Primal 808. Rage Fury. Yeah, there's so many. So this is obviously my preferred 808. But I will go back to Logic here, and I will use the Alchemy 808, and I will show you some processing you can do with your 808s. Let me go to, I'm just going to search over here for 808. We'll do Tough 808 bass. That'll get us to our Alchemy. And I like the, what was it, the grinding. Let me type in 808 here. We'll go back up to grinding. It's not grinded, this one. So you do have the plugin. You have some processing you can do within the Alchemy plugin here. If you know what you're doing in here, you can have some fun in here with the processing. As far as external plugins, if I go to audio effects, I'm going to go down over here to, I'm going to start with a plugin, Mixing Night Audio Lol Comp. I've been a huge fan of Mixing Night Audio and also been a, I've done a segment on the Mixing Night Audio with Ken Lewis YouTube show for the last 4 years, sharing like plugins you can use. This is not free, but it is a great plugin. I like the graphics alone, where this is basically parallel comp chain that was developed by Ken Lewis. He actually created this based on chains he's been using in his big mega productions and mixes. He's mixed all kinds of major artists. He has over close to 120 gold and platinum records to his name now. So yeah, he sort of knows what he's doing. So in this particular plugin, I will not do a low comp review in this video. That will be another video, but this fire or dragon chain here for 808s is insane. So I'm going to play without. I'll play up here. Then we turn it on. You automatically hear what it's doing there. We can add in some processing. I could take out some highs. I could add in a tilt EQ. In this case, I might want to emphasize the lows. You hear what that's doing? We can add in some like compression. If you want to add in some reverb, maybe not on the 808, but maybe if you want to do it. And then you can do a parallel mix here. Gypsy Man Pro, thank you for tuning in. Showing some 808 tricks here in Logic. Jump on over to the pinned comment on YouTube. So you can hear the process. You can actually, because I asked him yesterday on the show, what chain here is great for 808s. And he said this Panda chain was designed for 808s. So let's hear how this sounds. I'm going to take off the reverb. Crank this up. Yep, so this is the plugin you want to use for 808s. And really, you can go through and see, you know, which options of these, like the punch chain could also work. This kangaroo. And you can hear the different processing happening from the different chains. I'm just going to play what we have set for all 5 chains. So this will be the smiley face. This will be the panda. When you see this blue light up here turn off, that means it's disengaged. We'll do this punch chain. So all of these are adding some like subtle or not so subtle harmonics and things like that. Then we'll do this peacock chain. And then the fire dragon chain. So you can hear and see the differences there. So low comp is definitely one to use on your plugins. I should include a link because I do have an affiliate link to that. So definitely check that out. Let's jump over to, and I won't be able to show all the 808 secrets because I want to make some music tonight. So Cymatics has a plugin. This one is free, Diablo Lite. You can use this on 808s. I actually do and have used this on 808s. So I'm just going to turn this up. We'll play, yeah, I'll turn this up. This is with it off, and this is with it on. So you can already get some knock from there. And you can really crank that to the max. So you can do a soft and hard clipping pause. And that's a free plugin from Cymatics. You can upgrade to get some more features and settings there. They also have another plugin that was designed for 808s, and I got to remember the name of it. It is called Vortex. This one is not free, but you can check it out on the Cymatics website. And Vortex was designed to help enhance 808s. It was custom designed for 808s. So I'm going to go through some of these chains here. Turn this up. Turn this off. So you definitely hear that it's adding some different colors and flavors to your 808. There's also some presets here you can toggle between. Let's go to this one. You can adjust the color of all these different settings here. You can adjust the filter, the mix. When it's all the way at 100, I'm not hearing anything. And then when I bring it down to about 50, I start to blend. But again, this is another plugin you can use. And really any distortion type plugin. Yeah, Diablo, especially the Lite, it's free. Again, it's free. The Mixing Night Audio one, I have so many plugins I could show you for 808s. There was one, let's go to Logic Stock. We'll go to modulation. Again, you can use any type of distortion effect. That would be actually in distortion here. Let's go to, I haven't tried Chroma Glow on an 808, so let's try this. This is with the Logic Pro 11 update on an M1 Mac or higher, without the setting, and then let's crank up the drive just as it is with the default. Here's it off. So you hear it's doing some stuff there. We can go between the different models here. And you can hear the difference if you have some headphones on. I like that magnetic. We have analog preamp. That seems a little bit more cleaner. As you can see, the clean is a setting here. But you can use Chroma Glow. So I would say if you use Logic Pro, anything in this distortion category should be up for grabs for your 808s. Let's go to Bit Crusher here. So that's adding some of that noise. You can turn the mix down there. If you want to have some of that grungy vibe to it, let's go to Clip Distortion. I don't think I've ever used this plugin. Let's cranking it up. You see we're 36 over, so I might just pay attention to your output and levels in there. Let's go to Ryan Schmidt. Thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to the YouTube comment. You can see some 808s, secrets and presets. This is distortion. They have distortion 1 and 2 available. probably need to turn this volume stuff down. That's distortion 1. Let's jump over to distortion 2. Again, anything in this category should be up for grabs. This is the distortion. It's modeled like the Hammond distortion. Not as crazy as some of the other ones. Let's go to growl. There we go. Oh, that one's crazy. Cover your ears. I should warn you. Might blow up your ears. Overdrive. I have used this, not for 808s though. So really go in there, tweak the presets to your liking, to your beat. So you can use Logic stock 808 and just go in here to these distortion plugins and just tweak to your heart's content. This is phase distortion. So it's really great for sound design. So you can make your own custom sound design. You hear this sounds kind of weird. It sounds sort of like an 808, but it's like. Like that can be like a unique sound in a track. So that is phase distortion. I'm just trying to think out loud of some presets. Again, the 808s that I use, I was using UVI Falcon, which I don't even think I have loaded up anymore. That had some presets in there. I was using that before the Logic Pro Alchemy started including 808s in there. Let's see, do I have 808s in here? I haven't updated this in a while. Apologies to our Falcon friends. Can I search? If it doesn't show up, then oh well. There's 808 line, 808 mate. I might have just been using. Let me turn this effect off. Again, with the plugins that you have, like in this case, UVI Falcon, I can turn up some different options here. So I can adjust that within that plugin. I haven't used Falcon in a while, unfortunately. So for 808s, I mostly use Apeshit 808 now these days, which show you that one more time. And then we will probably end this video. But just to give you some ideas of what you can use to process your 808s. Apeshit 808, again, depending on the sound that I'm looking for. I just toggle between presets while the beat is playing. That already. And again, to show you some of those plugins, you can use anything from the distortion category here. You can go to multi-effects. Fat effects would be good for 808s. And then the Mixing Night Audio. Again, I will include a link. I have to add an affiliate link for low comp. Is great, especially the Panda chain or the Dragon chain. I would suggest those for 808. The Punch was actually pretty good also. So any of those, really any of these chains. But again, so you hear the differences there. Actually, there is another one. There's a DigiNoise. I haven't used this in a while. Trap Drive. DigiNoise Trap Drive. I'm just thinking as I'm remembering. Nothing too visually stimulating from the plugin itself, but you hear that processing is insane. And you have different types of distortion I can trigger. And I can turn down the output. I was using this one a lot when I first got it. That was before I got Vortex and Low Comp and all those other processing plugins. So you can really get in there and mangle these sounds up. I probably blew some of your speakers out. There was something else I wanted to show. Okay, so we're going to overtime right now. I want to show you, if you do make music on the iPad, I don't know if the plugin is currently available. We're going to jump over to the iPad. I don't think the sound's going to come through, so sorry about that. But if I get the iPad going, I want to hide the screen. So this is the iPad, which you can see a little bit of it. sure. You can't see the whole thing, but you can at least see the sounds up here. I don't think the audio. Let me know if you hear the audio. I don't think the audio is coming through. But this has, it's called Subbase 808 from Audio Kit Pro. And I've done a couple presets for some of their plugins, including this Subbase 808, which came out a few years ago. And in this particular plugin, I have over 30 808 presets that I custom designed for this plugin. So you can see all the stuff that says to Fingaz sort of at the end there. I don't remember if that's how it's listed in the app starting at 115, but in my particular version, I have 115 all the way down to 150. And I was able to throw in some icons and things. So these sounds are insane. Maybe I'll try to grab some of these and give them away as like maybe 5 or 10 of them as a pack. If anyone's interested, let me know. But these are 808s I custom designed, but there are as you can see, there are 150 presets in here. And then there's some other great sound designers that have designed presets for this plugin, and some other 808, some other Audio Kit Pro plugins. So shout out to everyone in the iOS gang that does sound design for iOS apps. I've been able to make some connections just by sound designing for iOS apps and creating presets and things like that. So that was a past life. I'm not really focused on iPad production these days, but if you do make music on the iPad, definitely check out the Subbase 808 from Audio Kit Pro. Check out the presets I have in there. Check out all the presets in there. Check out all the Audio Kit Pro apps. I used to have some free apps, and then sometimes they put the app in the vault, so you have to wait for it to be released. Hopefully this is out because today is 808 day, so hopefully they'll leave it out for a day or two. But either way, there's some dope sounds in there, including the 30 plus sounds that I have in there, so check that out. Again, haven't used that in a while, but it's available. So that is all I have for you today. Check out all the links in the description. I got to add the link for the low comp for Mixing Night Audio. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for the support. I had to get this video out for 808 Day. And thank you to everyone who's been watching and listening to the podcast. This is episode 83, I think. Trying to get to 100 probably by the end of the year. I don't want to try to overdo it or rush it, but I might get to it before. But let's just say by the end of the year, 100 episodes. And then maybe at the top of the year, I can start bringing these episodes over to Take Two to Talk. Thank you for tuning in. Jump on over to YouTube. You can see, I'm finishing the video, but you can see some 808 tricks that I dropped on YouTube for 808 processing, because today is August 8th. It is 808 Day. Happy 808 Day. Personally, me and my family are preparing to take our daughter to college next week, so shed a tear. But yeah, Never Sleep Productions, thank you for tuning in, man. We need to catch up. As I just mentioned, next week we'll be traveling down, taking our daughter to college. She will be attending the incredible HBCU known as Spelman College in Atlanta. So I will be trying to set up some stuff while I'm down there. Definitely focusing at least the first few days on getting her moved in and settled. But then as we prepare to head back home and figure out how life will be without our daughter in the house, I want to try to stop by and check out some people, set up some meetings and stuff. But I will definitely be visiting Atlanta more often over the next few years, as our daughter will be attending school down there. So that's going to be dope, because I do have a lot of friends down there. So yeah, Take Two to Talk. Thank you again for tuning in. So yeah, this is the 808s. If you have any questions before I end this, drop them in the comments if you missed a plugin or wanted me to recap anything. But yeah, there's a lot of great 808 plugins. This is just one that I've been using. This is the creator of this plugin is Trauma Brahma. What does he go by? I don't want to say his government name, but I've been using his sounds for probably over a decade at this time. And then when he released the first version of this 808 plugin, I got a copy of that, and then the second version came out, and I actually had a chance to chop it up with him at NAMM. Was it last year or this year? One of those NAMMs. Had a chance to chop it up with him and just discuss all kinds of things. So it's really great when you meet the developers of these plugins. Ask them like, yo, well, how did you make that? Or can I do some demos for you? Can you tell me what else you're working on? And that's what's great about attending some of these events also, including fresh off the press, possibly. I might have some involvement with AES in October in New York. So if you know what I've done for NAMM, what I've done for Sync Spotlight, Sync Music Success, Level Up SyncCon, which was this past weekend. If you know what, hopefully South by Southwest next year, but AES could be the next one officially on the books in October. So stay tuned for that. In addition to doing some other things by the end of the year. So I think I'm lining some things up for October, November, December. This month, as I mentioned, focusing, especially next week, on getting our daughter settled and then figuring out how life will be after she's not in the house. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the support. I'll probably go live maybe a handful more times before we head down to Atlanta early next week. We do have a celebration for our daughter on Sunday. But I'll probably go live before then. I got to do some more episodes. Like I said, trying to get to episode 100 by the end of the year. If you're tuning in on Instagram, jump on over to YouTube, check out this video. I'm going to post it shortly if I can ever end and stop talking. And you can check out some 808 secrets, including an iPad app that you can use to create 808s and use 808s in your productions on the iPad and iOS. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the support. Check all the links in the comments, and I will see you in the next episode. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right.